Final from the Wellness and Events Center. Florida Gulf Coast defeating NJIT by a score of 67-35. And joining us here post-game is head coach Mike Lane. And Mike, I know the score says one thing, but let's put it out there. Your team battled hard. It just faced, obviously, a team of Florida Gulf Coast. You can see why they've been undefeated all season long.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think we told them in the locker room that I was proud of their effort and their attitude, which I thought waned the last time we were out here on our home floor against North Alabama and then down at Stetson. So it's really odd to feel so proud on a 67-35 defeat. But I think there's a lot of things we can take out of this game.
And you certainly can, because the first quarter was obviously, it was a little rough right out of the gate, but it seemed like as each quarter went on, your team got more confident. Mm-hmm. Your team played well defensively. Florida Gulf Coast was not able to get the offensive looks like they did in the first quarter. So what adjustments did you and your staff make that allowed those results to come to fruition?
Well, we got out of a kind of a crazy zone that we were trying just to kind of get in their heads a little bit. I thought at times it worked. A one-day prep was really hard to do something like that, but we were willing to kind of make that gamble. Mm-hmm. And I think there were some possessions there in the first quarter we loved, but then we gave them a second chance. We didn't get the rebound that we wanted on the miss, and then they hit another three. And then we just said, okay, we got to play a man. And, they got a couple of backdoor layups on us, which is what their motion can do. But I really thought we shut down the arc after that. So I was really proud of that, and I think they proved to themselves that they can guard them. I mean, they held them down to 24 points in that second half. That was fantastic.
No, and obviously, though, but one area of concern, you and I talking before we sat down to do this, was the points off turnovers. And I know that was very heavily favored towards Florida Gulf Coast. And I know turnovers at times have been a challenge for your unit this season. But, here tonight, though, why do you think you fell short in that category?
Well, I think they did a really good job of denying some of our, basically passes that have to happen in our offense. They took away the slot-to-slot pass in the first half. I thought we made really better adjustments. We screened better. And then what they took away, I thought, in the second half was the wing-the-slot pass. And we just threw too many. And those are the ones you're throwing the ball way out here at 20 feet, and now those are easy layups. And I thought we stared down at the post way too much. The ball's got to hit you. You got to look in. You give them the pass. You can't stare at it for 5 seconds.
Now, after this game, now you're going to get a chance to go on the road for 3, and, you're going to face Liberty for the first time. You get some repeat matchups with Kennesaw State and Florida Gulf Coast. And I know for you in your first season, as much as you want to win, but obviously it's a learning experience for your players, for you being a first-year head coach. What are you looking to learn from this game and hoping that you can implement moving forward on what you're trying to do and taking a step forward?
Well, that's, I think, what we challenged them with today. If we can run our offense against this team, then we can run it against everybody. They're the best team in the league. So there's no excuse, and I think that's why we were so upset with some of the turnovers that, they forced them. They were in our shirt a little bit, and that's great. But, that's what we said. That's good for our offense. You got to set better screens. I thought our back screens were awesome today. I thought our down screens were better in the second half, which sprung some, passes that we need. So that is our thing. Hey, we did some things against Florida Gulf Coast that we can carry forward, and now we should be able to run our offense against anybody. And again, we just got to get everybody on the same page. We're getting 1 or 2 people that are showing up in a day, and obviously you just can't have 28 turnovers. I mean, that's 28 possessions that we're just kicking over to them. And I think we could have put some points on the board if that wasn't the case. We were pretty efficient in the 35 shots that we had. So that's just been our bugaboo all year. We got to go to Liberty, and, they're really good and they're really big. So, again, it's a really good team, and we just have to execute. We got to get more pride out of our execution, and I think that's what we talked about the last 48 hours since North Alabama, and I'm really happy I saw some of that. I know that sounds crazy because we don't execute with 28 turnovers, but there was enough for me to take home. I can sleep tonight, actually.
That's important. As long as you can get a good night's sleep.
I did not sleep after North Alabama.
No, I know there. That was certainly a tough pill to swallow. But, Coach, best of luck on the road. Obviously, it's going to be quite a bit, but looking forward to seeing you back here in mid-February and hopefully get a couple wins along the way.
Yeah, we won't be here much. 6 out of 9 next
it's crazy.
on the road. So here we go.
All righty. Mike, thank you so much.